Episode 2, bitch. We're back. It's your boy, Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, joined here by our correspondent from the West,
Rice
Dirty
Krispies?
D.
Oh wait, sorry.
No.
AKA,
Dirty
I
D.
got your baby mama EBT.
Okay. And we got Mr. Entrepreneur, Vlad. Vlad, how you doing, my friend?
Good.
So before we jump into our first topic, Vlad, you had homework. 5 things you use your height for. Go ahead, because
Oh
it's
wait.
not basketball.
I didn't know we were starting right
Man,
away
put
with
him on the
this,
Yeah,
man.
spot.
we are,
I had
bitch.
to sit
Quickly.
and think about it. Fuck.
No. What do you use your height for? 5 things, and don't lie.
Yeah, don't try to not be douchebag. Just let it
No,
out.
one of them is douchebag. Not two of them
Oh,
douchebag.
damn.
That is true. One of them is him standing, being like, "Oh, what the fuck? You guys are that short? I
Yeah,
don't know."
what
Oh,
the hell?
Hmm.
that's one. What else? What else you do, Vlad, with
Well,
your height?
I could reach in the highest shelf in the store, and then when I do that, somebody can be like, "Oh, can you reach that thing for me too?" And then I'll just say no and walk away.
Damn.
Yeah.
Um.
That's good
Also,
work.
Okay, that's two.
when somebody asks how's the weather up there, I can just spit on them and say raining.
Okay, that's fair. Next, that's 2 more. We need 2
Um,
more.
all right. I guess
Not being a
seeing the top
fucking
of heads,
athlete.
seeing the
Hey,
top of
who has
heads.
dandruff or what?
Yeah, I get to pinpoint that
Smack
kind of stuff.
koofies off people's heads.
Yeah, man. I'll
So,
be bump into chandeliers and shit.
Yeah,
I think
smacking
the
bass
I
harmonicas off
I think
niggas'
the
heads.
obvious one is
lying about your height.
Women women are very attracted for some
Vlad's
reason
height
to us
changes depending on the day you ask him.
on the
You know, sometimes,
season on the
yeah, sometimes he's
season.
6'1", sometimes he's 6'4". On
No.
Tinder, he's probably 6'8". You know, it just all depends.
With Tim's,
Hey.
I'm 6'9".
Thank God you stopped wearing those shits, dude.
Hey, don't give me ideas because it's getting cold again.
Nah. No, it's not. It's hot as shit. What do you mean?
I'm talking about, think of the future
Oh, up
prospect,
there.
homie.
Right. I forgot the weather's like colder up there.
Up there? What do you mean up there? I'm
You
down.
know, what are you
Up
talking about?
there.
You just said you're like 6 something. That's up there. You just said that
Oh, I thought you took my
dude,
jersey. I thought you took my jersey.
nah, that's not even a real place. That's literally New York number 2.
Damn. That's
Yeah. Okay. Well, before that, I think the main topic I want to talk about today is the Dave Chappelle special and the outrage that happened over it. And I watched it yesterday, dude, and I was taking notes, trying to see what he says about, I mean, pretty much any group of people, and I don't know where the outrage came from, to be honest. Uh, because on the special, there was a couple things he said that, I guess maybe he said that he fought a lesbian, which I feel like I don't understand why people don't see that that's a fucking joke. He basically said how he was talking to a girl in the club, and then another girl comes out and she goes, "Hey, that's my girl," and he's like, "What?" He said something about that. He said that he was gonna like start fighting with her, and then he saw that she has an Adam's apple, something like that. Um, and he also, and there, because we talked about it before, and you said that you think that Dave Chappelle's comedy is something that requires intellect and that it's
yeah, a little
smartly
bit.
crafted. There was one thing
Look.
that he said that I agreed with, which was he said that he was jealous of gay people because their movement is going so good compared to like Black Lives
Yeah.
Matter and a bunch of other
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
what do you?
I don't even know what buttons he pressed, but I can start off by saying you can never tell somebody what they should be offended by. You know what I mean? Just because it don't relate to you, or like, you don't take offense to it, doesn't mean somebody else won't. I understand that, but also will say that everybody's way too sensitive. He didn't. I think he pressed buttons, but he wanted to see everybody's reaction. I think that's what it was. Like, because you can see in his face, he would say something, he's like looking like, let's see what they say about this, or kind of gauging their reaction. So I think that's what he's trying to do, just see how far he can go. But I don't think he went. He could have went way further. I think he was just being honest. I think the truth hurts. You know what I
And I
mean?
think
That's really what it is.
Yeah, yeah, and I think he wasn't even. I feel like he held back a lot too. I don't think. Yeah,
That's
like you
what I
said,
was feeling. Yeah,
it
he went
wasn't the
way.
worst that he could have said. So Vlad, I
Yeah.
know you didn't watch it, and I'll tell you some of the things he said that you might craft your opinion. He later on said, and I quote, I don't want to take much out of the thing because it's not fair, but he said, "You think I hate gay people, and what you're really seeing is I'm jealous of gay people." He said, uh, he told a dude use a bitch ass N word for doing this to me, and he saw his fingernails were painted, and he thought, oh. He was basically making jokes about how you pretty much. Oh, I think the best thing he said was he started talking about the baby, and I don't know Vlad if you know, but the baby made like comments on stage about how HIV and AIDS and shit is like a gay people thing, or like you know what I mean. And he got pretty much canceled for that. And Dave Chappelle said, he opened up pretty much his act by saying, "Man, that guy said something really dumb, and it sucks what happened to him." He's like, "But did you guys know that he killed the dude in Walmart?"
Yeah, yeah.
And and it was and he said, which is a really good point, that you could kill a black dude in Walmart, and your career is fine. But as soon as you say something that's homosexual, that could be seen as homosexual, transphobic, your career's over.
Yeah, he's like
And
you
And
hurt
homophobic,
a gay
yeah.
person's feelings. That's it. You're in trouble.
Yeah.
so, what do you guys
Yeah,
think about that? I mean, because there's some validity to that.
yeah, but I don't, it's crazy because what is canceled? Like, is it real? Like, really? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know who's the one really trying to cancel it. Like, I never listened to the baby anyway. But am I a part of canceling him because I don't listen to him now? Like, I don't get it. Like, what is it? Like, what do I have to do to be a part of that? Just get online and say, hey, let's stop listening to this, or I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, how do you get jumped into the fucking
I think
cancel
I, th-
gang?
I think the canceled gang is more like if the people as a group collectively agree that somebody did some injustice to a certain kind of person, a certain kind of group of people, maybe that's kind of what you get out of when you talk
So it
about
depends on the
canceled.
size of the group.
So like,
'Cause, I mean,
I mean,
three of us, we could say something like whatever, and cancel, whatever
I
we
mean
want to
like
cancel. It
like
doesn't mean
like
we
for
can cancel
example,
them.
I mean like I don't know. I think it's just as blunt as it is, just canceled. Like if somebody, if a group of well, let's just say like the LGBT. All right, it's easier example. Let's just say, somebody on the famous side critiques the LGBT community, saying something about, I don't know, something a little disrespectful. Now all the people who represent that group, or at least like who watch out for that group, they're gonna all collectively cancel the person who said some stuff like that.
Okay, I
For
agree with that, but how you gonna cancel the baby? He wasn't marketed to gay people. Like, how you gonna say we don't fuck with him? Like, what do you mean? Like, don't you know? Like, that's it. How you gonna what are you canceling him for if he doesn't
I know,
exist?
but I feel
Like,
like people
I
don't
don't.
understand that nowadays. It's just like because
Yeah,
it's like you have to. It's like no, you have to respect us, and the guy's gonna be like, but I don't, I don't believe in your guys'
yeah.
shit. I don't really want to, and that's when they get canceled. Like, how dare you? How dare you not want to
Yeah, but
like
when they say offensive
do this
shit,
kind of
yeah,
stuff?
it's
Yeah, it's like how dare you like not want to support us? How dare you not want to talk about the injustices that we face and everything?
yeah,
It's just like that's the thing that I think. I feel like a lot of the times like it's just there's
it's
extremists on these sides, and some sides have more extremists than the others, and it kind of creates that whole fear
but
of
still,
cancel
yeah.
and all that
what
bullshit.
is that though? Like, what is that? Like, I cancel Taylor Swift. I don't listen to her. I don't fuck with her. Nothing.
Uh, I
So
think
I'm like, you know
honestly,
what I mean? Like,
cancel. I think cancel is, I mean, pretty much you're affecting the person's image, right? Income and like collaboration
yeah,
with. I think you could only pretty much cancel a celebrity because I mean, how do you cancel a regular person? You know what I mean? Nobody really knows about
You
them and
actually
shit.
can.
But
You
my
actually
no,
can
you get
cancel a
fired from
regular
their
person.
job, like shit like
Yeah,
that.
well,
people can get
yeah,
fired
but
from the
that's
job or
it.
expelled from college. No, you can get expelled from college if you're being a racist or something like that. You can get that's
Yeah.
called canceled,
You
right?
could, but you could still. I'm no, I'm
That's
yeah, I
that's
guess you
actual
could.
crime though. If you're doing hate crime, or how you gonna say like
Yeah,
if I just say I'm
because
a
the
racist, you
problem.
can't kick me out of school. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck? I have to like do
No,
something.
no, no, on the contrary, you can get kicked out of school for being racist, not for committing a hate crime. Now,
But being racist and
obviously,
racist acts, different
yes,
thing.
Yes,
You know?
no, I get it. Trust me, I get it. It makes sense if somebody commits a racist act,
Yeah.
kind of like a hate crime, anything like that makes complete sense to be kicked out or fired. But, if somebody's you can still get kicked out of your job if you don't, if you are just a closeted racist, if you're somebody who kind of said something once, if you said
It's you
something once about some
discriminating
kind of
against
like,
someone.
That don't mean
yeah,
you're
if
racist. Everybody says something about
but you
everybody
can get
No,
before.
fucked over for that,
but
man.
he
You
he
can get
says
fucked
he
over
says
for
that
that.
racism falls into that category. So it's like, let's say you have a government job, but you're like a closeted racist or homophobe or whatever. You're gonna discriminate against people, and it's like
Definitely gonna
it
affect your
becomes a
decision
problem.
making.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what he means. But dude,
Yeah.
honestly, listening to this whole like Dave Chappelle shit, I think it's fucking crazy because he it's like he was like, go ahead, try to take my words out of context. And there was multiple times where he stopped and clarified there's nothing against trans people
Yeah.
and like gay people. And it's like they still did it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
They
like
picked whatever they wanted out of that bucket of shit he was saying. You know what I mean? Like,
the
oh,
last
we'll take this and
yeah,
this and
the
get mad
thing that
about
was
that.
the thing that was I think really touch, and I think the perfect way to end it was that whole thing that he told about his friend Daphne, who was a transgendered
Yeah. Yeah.
female, and I mean she opened for him and stuff, and it's like you're clear. I don't know, dude. I feel
Yeah,
like
they just
there
disregard that whole thing. Like, man, fuck that.
there were like social rules about stuff, and that's that comedy never gets touched, which is like why things like South Park, right? They still remain, even
Yeah.
though South Park does way worse than most comedians, I think. You
Yeah.
know, just because they could like depict shit in a cartoony way.
But
Yeah, they get away with
But
how do you cancel a cartoon character?
I mean, not a cartoon character, but you cancel a show. I mean, it happens all the time,
Yeah.
you know? That's what they're trying to do with Netflix because they're telling them to take down his special. And I'm telling you, you listen to the special and it's like, yeah, he talks about it quite a bit, but I don't know where hate comes from. And again, I guess it's one of those things where I'm not in that group of people, so maybe it
Yeah.
affects people different. It's like the same thing with the N-word and shit like that. But to me, Dave Chappelle like had more issues with like white people and like not issues but kind of like taking jabs. I mean, he took jabs at everybody, black people, white people, Asians,
Yeah.
everybody. And it just feels like for some reason it was that community that was like we're offended the most. And there was like one headline that was like, I'm tired of being the butt end of the joke all the time. And it's like, but that's come on, that's comedy all the time. If you start getting offended and getting like touched by it, it's gonna keep happening because it's just it's funny. I don't know. And
Don't watch Dave Chappelle shit. That's it. Like,
yeah,
that's my whole
but
thing
then
about like Taylor Swift. I don't listen to her. I don't want to use her as an example, but any other artist you could think of. I don't listen to fucking Little Pump. I've heard his music. I don't like it. He's canceled to me. Like, I don't fuck with him. I'll never. They just don't exist in my world. Like, why does Chappelle have to exist in your world when he's doing something to you that's offending you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't
I
follow
just
racist
yeah,
people on Instagram and get upset. Like, why am I following this fucking this piece of shit? Like,
that's the
that's
thing
how I
is
look at it.
you watch the whole. I'm telling you, watch the whole Vlad. If you get a chance, watch it. You watch the whole thing, and you're just like, where's the outrage coming from?
Yeah,
He didn't say anything like super crazy, and like even the audience and crowd, there were a couple moments where everyone knew like, like you know what I
yeah,
mean.
like,
But
oh yeah,
he crafted it so well. And like I don't think people understand how difficult it is to write comedy. It's not like you could be a
yeah,
funny person, like just off of being who you are. But then when you get on stage and it's like go ahead, be funny, it's really
yeah,
hard to like just do it off
yeah,
the bat. You know what I mean?
yeah. This is definitely a gift, but he knows what he's doing, man. It's just fucked up that it's the day and age we're in where people just
He was ready for it though. He knew
yeah,
that he
yeah,
talked about how it was expected, and there's always been headlines like that. But I think that's the problem with cancel culture, and I think the thing that helps people a lot is if you hold your own. Because when you start folding, and if Dave Chappelle was just starting to come out like, "All right, I'm sorry," that means
yeah,
every body of work that he's ever done is discredited because
yeah. I fucked
you're gonna
up. I
have to
should have thought
you're
about
not
your feelings
owning
and
up.
all this type of shit. Yeah, he. The thing about him though, all his comedy is like it's layered in truth. Even all comedy is it's just a certain amount percent. Like Kevin Hart's, his comedy is based in like truth. Like he'll tell you about his family, but it's like how much truth is in that. Maybe like 20%. He just exaggerates and makes a whole funny little story about it. You know, with
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle, a little more truth in it. You know, it's just different types, but there's always some truth to it. And like I said, the truth is gonna hurt. Like he said, the trans pussy's not real pussy. That's a fact. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to be offending anybody, but you know what I mean. Like you you don't have a real vagina. Like I don't hate you, but you know what I mean. That's just
I
what it
don't.
is.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
don't.
fact.
Well, they're gonna come after you, dude. If your
It's,
gender
it's
goes up, they're
how's
gonna
that
be
not
like,
true?
"Hey, hey."
Like,
Well,
hey, it is
I
real pussy.
that's
No, it's
you
not.
know what the problem is? The problem is like before you attack someone for how they feel, like it's like this. So Dave Chappelle said that gender is a fact, and he said that like facts are every one of us had to come out of a female pussy to like be here,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you could understand from his point of view, like to him, gender means one. Like you need to understand what these things mean to everybody. You know what I mean? My understanding of gender might be different from yours, but that doesn't mean that
That's
you're against my understanding.
yeah, but some people's understanding is stupid. Like, let's
Yeah,
just
but it's
boil it
like
down to what it is. I understand what they're
that's the
trying to say.
country we
Like,
live
I
in, though.
identify as this, and you know all
But
these
that's the country we live in,
things.
dude. It's like
But
you're pretty much free to think any way you want, and I mean,
which is a good thing. But damn, like, come on, you're gonna be fucking
I
like,
just don't like that it's attacking jokes. If he was
yeah,
honestly out there on parades and like, you know, meetings and gatherings where he's just straight up talking down on gay people or something, I get it. But if it's like,
yeah,
bro, you came to a comedy show. That's like
yeah.
imagine going to a WWE show and being like, what the fuck? They're hurting each other? Why are you here?
Like, why do all these guys have their shirts off? What the fuck is going on?
These dudes all in underwear?
Like, whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm not down
That's
for
like
this.
that's like watching um my girlfriend was telling me this the other day. She was like, uh, there was a psychologist in Ukraine who was like talking about whether parents should allow their kids to watch Squid Game. I'm like, what do you mean? Like the M-rated shit is right there. This
Yeah,
discussion shouldn't happen. It's M-rated. If like
yeah. It
that's
says
it.
don't
They
let your
covered
kids
their
watch
ass.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like this isn't for kids. If you want to be a parent who lets your kids watch M-rated shit, okay, but you
on
can't
you.
come at the creator and being like, what the fuck? My
Yeah,
kid
yeah,
watched their shit.
exactly, exactly. Good point.
Uh,
Yeah, it's the same
It's
shit.
it's weird. I think people. That's the thing. I think so much freedom is making us a little dumb, and making us have like the weirdest discussions about shit that it's like,
Yeah,
is this really an issue?
yeah. They already
Um.
discussed that type of stuff, but
So my question to you guys is, I mean, if you're a celebrity, how do you deal with cancel culture? What do you do?
I think how this Chappelle's doing is fine. He's like, if this is canceled, it's great. Like he's like, fuck, I'm gonna do what I do, and it's good that
Mm.
Netflix has his back because I think they feel like, hey, he didn't do anything wrong, man. Like now you guys are doing too much, you know. And it's gonna take something like that to back up some celebrities like these big corporations and stuff. But I mean, I don't see it in that such a divide or cause that like that hate divide. Like, oh, now they're against us, and it shouldn't be like that. Just be like, hey, he didn't say nothing wrong. You guys don't want to deal with it, don't deal with it. But there's
Yeah.
plenty of other people who fuck with it. You know, it could, but that's what's gonna happen. That little divide where it's gonna be like, oh, you're against us. Well, this company's against. They support this, and it's like
It's
it's
also
just
good
gonna
because the
snowball.
conversation should happen, but it's not. You shouldn't cancel someone. What do you think, Vlad? If you ever become you know, somebody like big, and then they're gonna find like some like tweet from 14 years ago or a post Facebook post.
PSN.
Yeah, yeah. How would you deal with it?
I mean, that depends what you get caught on, honestly.
Well, okay. What if it's like,
I'm kidding.
let's
I'm
say
kidding.
let's say it's a joke. Let's say
I
you
mean,
said
like,
a joke,
listen,
or
like,
yeah,
this is what I was thinking about. Like, if you're this like guy in a big position, right? Like we had this conversation about our friend Luby. Like, if you're this guy in this big position, you got money and all this stuff, you got everything you want. You know, you got a nice house and all this stuff, and then you say something that somebody gets offended to, and they're trying to cancel you, and all of a sudden some people don't like you. I don't care. Like, I don't give a shit. I mean, I
Yeah, I'm
I
doing
got
good. Like,
yeah, I'm
but what if
doing
it
good for
becomes big?
myself.
But what if like it
What if
starts
it
affecting your
becomes
business?
big?
What if it affects your
yeah,
business? Because the
that's the
issue isn't
thing.
like that somebody doesn't like you. What imagine like a business that you're cooperating with. They come on, they're like, listen, dude, you need to step down as CEO because we're gonna get boycotted and shit. Like, what do you do at that point?
Listen, man, I don't let people step over me on that kind of bullshit.
What are you gonna do?
I'm
There's nothing you
I
can do.
I'm gonna be out in the corner. It's gonna be worse than Waco. Gonna be
Oh
some
no, no.
I you know what I'll tell you guys? I think these are two great examples. I don't know if you heard there, but Chris D'Elia was canceled. Maybe like
Almost a
summer.
year,
Yeah, like
8 months
a
ago,
year
something
from
like that.
summer. Yeah, he was canceled, and I don't know if you guys know for what, but he was canceled because there were women who came out that he wasn't doing anything illegal, but the main argument is that he used his fame and his influence to get sex pretty much. And what really surprised me about that was, yeah, sure, maybe it's not the best thing to do, but doesn't every celebrity do that? I'm not every celebrity, but like, how easy is it for you to when
Every
you're a
male
celebrity?
with a little bit of money and power does that. I don't even have to be a
Because
celebrity.
he admitted, listen, I think the worst thing that he did was he said that he cheated on his, which is now his wife, and
Yeah,
that's a personal thing. You know what I mean? That's I'm not
that's
gonna
different.
fucking yeah.
Yeah,
That has nothing to do with social norms and shit like that. That's your thing. What they were talking about was how he would text with girls and as far as I know, there weren't any minors. There were some people spreading like rumors that there were like minors. There weren't any minors, but they were basically he was like, "Oh, you should come to the hotel." And when they would come to the hotel, he'd wanna fuck, but he didn't like force himself onto them. You know what I mean? And I get where a woman might feel uncomfortable by that. I totally get that, and maybe he's wrong with the conduct. But to be canceled for something like that, and then his issue was he went dark for like, if I think it was like a year, and then he came out saying he apologizes and that he, was wrong. He has an issue. He has an addiction and shit. And I feel like that's the wrong way to deal with something like that, because the way Chappelle is dealing with it, it's like, hey, dude, I don't like that we're getting to a point where you can't make a fucking mistake.
yeah. But what was Chris D'Elia's mistake?
It was like you're using your power and fame to take advantage of women. That was the like
And
overall.
what was he like promising them roles or something?
No,
Or
no, it was like, oh, you're speaking to a celebrity. You're texting Chris D'Elia. That's crazy. He wants to meet up with you. Wow. And they would go meet up with him, and I think he would want to fuck. I don't like, but he said that there were times where they didn't want to, and he was fine with that. But
and what
again,
group
some
is
did.
canceling this? What group is canceling this? Like that's
It
the
was like
question.
it was part of like the Me Too movement, man.
What the fuck? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but it's crazy, don't you just think like don't like rappers openly admit to that shit
Yeah,
in their
that's
music too.
yeah. I would think
isn't that
Like
maybe
what groupies were in like rock bands and shit?
um,
Groupies.
that's what I thought. Yeah.
That's what
Now just I don't know.
I'm
I don't
not
know. This
saying
is weird
that's
to me.
right. The most that is like you're a douche. Okay. But to cancel a person for that? That's so
Yeah,
weird to me.
yeah. It's because it's not wrong. That's why you could say it's not right either. But it's not like he's not like if he's making advances on women. That's what every man's doing. You're fucking no matter whatever your status is. That's how you. I mean, you know what I mean? Like what the fuck? When they gonna? I don't
I know
know.
a lot of
It's blowing my
friends.
mind, man. Like how's he canceled
I
for this?
I I know a lot of friends who I view it's douchey, of course, but I feel like not every guy, but a lot of guys do this kind of shit where they talk to a girl and a lot of times they're doing it to get something, you know what I mean? And girls do this shit too. People use
What are you
people.
trying?
Like,
You
let's be
talking to a
real.
girl? Your intentions are to try to have sex with her. Let's not beat around the bush. I mean, you got your friends or whatever like that, but you already know the vibe. You get a girl and you're talking to her in that way, like you're trying to have sex with her. That's it. Like, what do you know what I
I think
mean?
I think yeah, like I
Fuck.
said,
What
I
are we
don't think
talking
that's
about?
like I don't think that's in every situation because I know I wasn't like that, but I'm saying like I feel like a lot of the times people use people. It's not even like a gender thing. You know what I
It's not
mean?
even. I wouldn't feel like it's using anybody. He's like, shit. These girls are obviously giving me the time of day.
But what I'm saying is like people use people for money, people use people for attention, people use people for, other things, and it's like that means you're going to have to cancel everybody because at some point somebody did something to,
Because
advance
Chris
and
D'Elia
whatever.
was using these women for their vaginas.
I mean, I guess that's like a extreme
That's
way
what
of
he,
looking at it,
I mean,
but
like, what was he using them for? He don't need their money.
yeah,
And if
I
you're
don't
talking
know.
to a
I think
celebrity and he's talking that way to you, what do you think he's trying to do?
there are things people deserve to be canceled for, and it's things
That's
like
definitely not
where
one of them.
when you're breaking the law, I mean, child predators and things like that, but I feel like we're going a little crazy with it because we're not letting people make mistakes. I think a lot of times, and I felt like this for a long time, I think a celebrity has a responsibility because when you have power and an audience, at that point you're not a regular person, so you can't fuck as bad, but you're still a person. And also, like, there's not, unless you're born into like celebrity status, when you become a celebrity, nothing prepares you for something like that. You know what I mean? All of a sudden you have dudes talk to you or girls talk to you. You're in these like social groups and shit. Nothing really prepared you for that before. So
Yeah,
you're gonna fuck up at some point.
probably. But did Chris D'Elia fuck up? I feel like he's doing. I'm sure he has all kind of comedic friends doing the same thing. That's what.
Fucked up because he didn't see ahead of time. I think I would have kind of understood that at some point one of these girls would have felt a type of way and start like
I wouldn't even
I.
imagine
But
that.
then at the same, it's weird, man, because it was consensual. It was
That's what I'm
it's
saying. Like he got a girl's number, her Facebook or whatever, and he's like, "Hey, you trying to chill tonight? Like we've all fucking done to try to get some pussy. Let's not front." You know what I mean? Like, hey, when you trying to hang out with knowing that we're not really intentional, we want to hang out with you, but yeah, like I feel like hanging out with this girl because I want to have sex right now. I'm a fucking man. I've done it. I mean, not to be mean, not that I didn't like hanging out with the girl, whatever. That's not even the point. Chris D'Elia, that's not a crime to do that. Like, hey, what's up with this girl? Let's see if she's trying to chill or hang out. Let's go, get something to eat and chill with it. What the fuck? Like, what is that? And just because he did it to multiple women, it's like, I don't know. That's boggling my
I
mind.
mean, what do you think, Vlad? Because me and you were Chris D'Elia was like one of the first comedians that I started liking. Him and Kevin Hart because they're like the most popular at some point. So I mean, Vlad, what do you think? Imagine like how would you deal with something like that?
I mean, like, you just asked me something like that just not so long ago. I mean, again,
No, but different situation because that was like a joke. This is like you're engaging with people who say you have consent, and it comes out like, oh, he used his power,
It's like
to
he
manipulate
I mean,
me.
look,
manipulated.
look,
Yeah,
look.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
If I
That's
was put in the
crazy.
same position where somebody said like, "Oh, he manipulated me because he was just trying to, he was using his fame to try to get to my body and everything," you know,
What?
like if somebody was like, I truly I don't know what the hell I would do if somebody's saying that because like you can't you can't like argue that shit, because of the whole Me Too movement. You just can't argue that shit. Everyone's just gonna be on their side, and I guess the men always lose that fucking topic, and men never see justice in those kind of allegations, especially, like there's so many false allegations just in general that I think like women when they're caught for doing false allegations, they should go to jail for it. Like that they shouldn't like, when you're trying to like ruin someone's career, when you're trying to do this shit because you know that they're famous, at that point I could flip the script and I could say, yeah, say, you
good
know
point.
what? You know what? Because you know that I'm famous, you thought that it would be easy to just fuck me over and say, "Oh, he tried to rape me or he tried to fucking, manipulate me by doing this," and he knew that I would do it because he's famous. I could flip the same fucking script. I'd be like, "Bitch, you know that I'm fucking famous, so you know how easy it is for you to cause a
Yeah,
scandal onto my ass."
That's
yeah,
a good point too because let's be real, if a lot of people view an allegation as a fact.
yeah, yeah. It's already
If an
conviction.
allegation
Yeah,
comes out like, "Oh, Chris D'Elia allegedly beat a kid because some
done.
kid said it," it's done. Like because
Yeah,
even if that's not true, and then it comes out that that's not true, that article, that post will be there forever to the end of time.
and it's always damaging to. Yeah, it's I don't know. Chris D'Elia, that was
I
my
think,
guy. Rest in peace
um,
to his career.
yeah, I feel. Listen, and that's the similar thing about the YouTuber Shane Dawson. So Shane
Mhm.
Dawson came back to YouTube after being gone for about a year, maybe a year and a half. What happened with him, and this is a dude who has 20 8.4 million subscribers, I think. Probably, I mean, anybody who's been on YouTube for a long time knows him because he was one of the first big ones from 2008 and everything.
Yeah.
So the things that he got canceled for, uh, and I'm curious your opinions from this too. Comedy changes, times change, and everything. He was canceled because in like 2009, 10-ish, 11-ish, or whatever, he used to do a lot of comedy where he'd make gay jokes, which is ironic because he is gay. He's married to a man. He made, I think he made trans jokes as well. He did blackface, which he admitted, and he said that. Well, I'll get to his statement afterwards. He did blackface. He had like pedophile jokes and stuff. Um, he also that was one thing he got canceled for, which was a lot of the comedy that he used, which people view now as offensive. Another thing he was canceled for, which Jada Pickett Smith, that's Will Smith's wife, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So there was a poster of Willow Smith, the daughter, when she was like 11, I think, and Shane Dawson was doing like a video where he was trying to be like creepy and weird and funny, where he was like looking at her poster and pretending to jerk off, and he was like, "Yeah, whip that hair back and forth," something like that. And then he turns to the camera and he's like, "Oh, I didn't see," something like that. And then another thing that he was canceled for was he had a podcast called Shane and Friends in 2015. He said something about, I don't know if this is a joke, and I'll explain why in a bit, but he said that his first like sexual experience was him like grinding on his cat, something like that, and he said coming all over it. But then he later said that's a joke. So just background information on this dude. I know that he was like not abused, but there was some like child misconduct happening. I think he said from either his one of his family members or uncle or something like that. There was like something where, there was like some sexual thing going on. Um the blackface and everything. What I'll say is a lot of YouTube videos back in the day, like there were white people saying N-word and shit like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
It used to be like it's only now where we're becoming this socially aware society, and like we understand where we fucked up and where we maybe supported a thing that indirectly, and a lot of people were saying that he was wrong. He apologized for that. And then the whole cat thing, I don't know if that's true, and that is weird, but it's like just knowing him as a person, he talked about a lot of trauma in his life, and a lot of times people deal with trauma through jokes. You know what I mean? Something happens to you, you joke about it, you'll make a movie, you'll make a song. People deal with
Yeah.
trauma different ways. And if his way of dealing with that trauma was making pedophile jokes or um like like animal like sex jokes and shit like that, I don't know, but he was canceled for that as well. So what do you think about the whole blackface thing?
It's very offensive, but I don't feel like people should know better by now. Like you don't,
Yeah, that was like 2000, like,
and just the
yeah,
history behind it is more of what it is. Like you know what I mean? Because you don't have to. It's weird. Cause like my son, let's say when my son wants to dress up and be Superman, and we're not gonna put white paint on his face to make him look like a white dude,
yeah,
you know. So it's like I don't know. It's just so weird. It is offensive because it's just the history behind it. It's like yeah, just don't do that, bro. Like you don't have to. You can even if because some people do it and they're not trying to be racist about it. They're trying to be like maybe do an impersonation or pay homage or something. Something like that. Some dumb person just not knowing you know the severity behind that. But people be like, I don't know how this dude was thinking about it. If he really knew like what's what, or he was just trying to be. Sound like he knew it, so sound like a smart dude. But yeah, blackface. Just don't do it. It's better just not to do it. Don't do any
I
color face, man.
feel like that's kind of just common sense, though. I mean,
Yeah,
like I don't know. People will flip the script saying like, oh, but like for example, Key and Peele, they had a skit where like they were hiding from they were black
good
guys
point,
hiding from
good
the
point.
Nazis,
hmm
and they colored the face like with chalk. But again, I mean, I don't think that part's offensive, because there's no history behind that kind of shit like there is with blackface. So
yeah,
Yeah, and that's a good point, Vlad. I think the thing that really changes it is history. Um,
yeah,
but I also think it's it's just so easy to say it right now that it's like that's common sense, but for some reason that kind of shit flew in like 2009, 10, and it's like were we like I'm sure people thought it was wrong then too, but for some reason, like the idea of comedy kind of, you know, covered that.
Yeah, people weren't outraged. That's why the cancel culture wasn't what it was, what it is now. They just, I mean, like I said, I used to see it back then. Shit, like fucking idiot. Like I said, I guess I canceled them people. Wouldn't watch their videos anymore. Just like
What do you
I
guys
don't know.
think about the Jada Pickett Smith thing? Because she tweeted that she's tired of the excuses. This was when the whole thing came out about him like
Yeah.
pretending to jerk off
See,
on the
that's the
posting.
thing. You should need to know better than to do that. I feel like a lot of people make jokes about things that we probably shouldn't make jokes about amongst our friends. It just, whatever. But when you're, like you said, you're a celebrity or something like that, YouTube, you have a lot of hits, 20,000 subscribers or
Million
followers.
now, 20 million.
Yeah, yeah, 20 million. Yeah, Jesus, come on, like you got a responsibility
But
not
then
to
can't
spread
you?
that type of ignorance to people. You know what I mean?
But
Amongst your
then
friends, I'd understand that, like, how joke is stupid. You know what I mean? It just, I understand that amongst
yeah,
a
but the
certain
problem is, is he made so many videos like that, and when you do so many videos like that, and nobody's
Okay.
coming
Yeah,
at
well,
you,
I thought it
you're
was like a
thinking,
one
no, no,
thing.
no,
Okay.
no, like the pedophile jokes and shit. Like this was a theme. Like he would do race,
Mm,
pedophile shit. He would do that as like a joke, and I think the thing, if it was like a one-time thing, it's like, all right, dude, come on. But I think the problem is for him was he was doing it so much, and everybody found it funny, and people subscribed, and he became famous and rich, that you're doing it, and you're like, okay, people don't, nothing's wrong with this.
yeah,
It's a joke. It's
yeah.
clearly a joke. And then 10 years goes by, you're getting canceled for it, and you're like, wait, but
Nah,
everybody was
people
fine
fuck
with
with
it
it,
back
man.
then,
20 million people said it was cool. Like, what the fuck?
and
Yeah,
that's
I
yeah.
see what you mean because it's those type of jokes. Like, you know what I mean? I said we made pedophile jokes, but we made jokes that you shouldn't be saying like that amongst your friends. It's different. You talk amongst your friends the way it's
Public
different. It's
figure.
different. Yeah, but you're a public figure. You have different people watching you, and it's just like I guess that type of humor he thought was okay to put on there. Like I don't know the dude if he really is a pedophile, but like I said, that those type of jokes like that, I've heard people, my friends say stupid shit, and we like chuckle at it like you're fucking dumb, or whatever the case. And I know my friend a fucking pedophile, but I don't know this dude. But it's just weird because you got a responsibility at that point to not spread that type of shit, not to let people think that's okay. You got to make sure that motherfuckers know that that's not okay
I just
when you're
think,
doing that.
and we've all played video games for the longest. I just think that a lot of the people who are outraged about shit, it feels like they're disconnected with how shit used to be because you'd get on a game, you were called racial slurs, you were called like
Oh man,
homophobic shit, even if you weren't gay or something like that, you were still gonna
yeah,
be
yeah,
name called for it. And because I think that's what desensitized people to shit like that. We were surrounded in a culture of movies, music, video games. We were surrounded so much by like shit that like people made jokes about, race and sexuality and shit that we didn't, when shit like that was happening, everyone was like, "Oh yeah, it's one of those things that's existing right now." And then
that's
10 years
interesting.
later, let's be real, dude. How close are we for somebody to go back and cancel Eminem for the shit he said about women and stuff like years ago in albums and shit?
Yeah, he basically killed his wife. Well, we could do a whole episode on that guy, but yeah,
But it's like,
there's a lot of
right?
stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
But I mean, where are we going with this? Like because let's be real, like if we're gonna, because in some sense, Shane Dawson was doing a lot of skits. Skits are an
Yeah,
art form, right? Eminem did music. Music is an art. So nobody should be safe from this shit. Go back and cancel everybody because everybody said crazy shit back then.
said and done. I feel like this whole country should be canceled. I think I said that last episode, but
Yeah,
yeah, how far
cancel
back are
everybody.
we canceling people? We're going back slavery times. We canceling government from back then. Hey, you guys fucked up. You guys were,
And
like
that you
how
remind
far
me of a
back are we
point.
going?
Yeah, you remind me of a point I wanted to make. Like, I'm not saying that shit's okay, but what I'm saying is in the 40s, segregation was okay. Was it right? No, but it was a norm in the society we lived in. Just like 20 years ago, the shit like racial slurs and like a lot of other shit, to a lot of people, it was like it wasn't okay, but it was the norm. And we know that that's not right. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
how far
it's
back
just
we going?
time changes, and I think it's good that we're becoming socially aware about stuff like that. But like I said, I feel like um it's scary because you can't make a mistake.
Yeah. I mean,
And there's a lot of double standards. And the next thing I want to touch on, which is a great transition, was I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Kim Kardashian was hosting SNL,
mhm.
and she was like, she said some joke about Caitlyn Jenner, something that she didn't know how her mom didn't see it coming, something like that. And there was other things I didn't watch it, but so the whole Dave Chappelle thing, it's not even a race thing, it's a sex thing because I think there wasn't any outrage that Kim Kardashian said it.
And she kind of got away with some of her little
But
comments. I
this is
heard
like
about that.
this is they're both recent, you know what I mean? It's not like
Yeah.
months apart. So Kim Kardashian could joke about it, but Dave Chappelle, who's a comedian,
Yeah.
who is
He's
a
just, don't do that.
yeah, who has a
Don't
whole
speak on that topic.
who has a whole, I mean, special which is comedy and people are there to laugh. People know that. He can't.
Mm.
It's I mean,
I want to know what she said actually. I mean, I couldn't imagine it being that bad either. You know.
I don't think it wasn't that it was like bad, but I just think that like we're now talking about severity of a joke and it's like come on. Now we're
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
like
That's true.
semantics of a joke.
Yeah. So what do you think it is? Cause she's a female. She got away with it, or you know, or they pick and choose who they like. Race thing because he's black. What do you think?
Uh, I think it's that he's a dude. I think it's that he's, that whole like meme about straight white male. I mean, straight male or
Mm.
whatever in his case. Like, I think it's one of those things where like people get offended. And listen, it's everybody's right. Like, if you're honestly like, I understand if you're honestly transgender or you're gay or something, and you're listening to what he's saying and you're like, oh, that didn't kind of feel good. Yeah, but then you gotta understand that everything's subjective because likewise there are people who are sitting there who think it's funny. And there
Yeah.
can be other gay people out there who think it's funny too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this isn't like
Exactly.
yeah.
He like, going back to Dave Chappelle, but he knows what he's doing, man. Like I keep saying, like I wouldn't understand this cancel thing if it was like a white comedian doing some jokes kind of about black people. I'm sure
Yeah.
there are plenty of them out there, but I wouldn't be like, oh my god, this dude's career has to be over. Like you know what I mean? And even the jokes, I'm pretty sure I can find some humor in it and laugh a little bit, but I'm not gonna be even if I was kind of offended. Oh, this motherfucker, you know, I don't know. People are making a big deal about it. Like they're putting a lot of their effort into canceling somebody, like ending somebody's shit. Like for what?
I feel like
Like
everyone's
what is that
so
gonna
worried
get
about
them?
other people that they stop worrying about themselves.
Yeah, that hey, makes sense. They're worried about everybody else's feelings because, like, how does this group of people say, "Yeah, we're offended"? I think like one person or I know somebody who might be offended by that, so I'm gonna take, I got their back or whatever, and then I think this grows like that because most of the people cancel culture don't really identify with a lot of this shit. They just feel like, hey, you're offending somebody that might be offended by this. That's what I think the whole problem with the cancel culture is. Like everybody's just you can't say that because my cousin's gay. He might not be, and then it's just like I don't really feel. I mean, and there are also the gay people when they're doing it, but if it's a whole that many people canceling you, there ain't that many transgender people that cancel Dave Chappelle to make this much noise. There's just a lot of people in general who are feeling offended by something that they don't really connect with them personally. Maybe like they got a friend or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't even know what we're talking about. We got back to the Chappelle shit, man. Pissed me
Yeah.
off.
Well, I mean, it's cancel culture. I feel like it's one of those topics that could go on forever. I think just to close it out so we could move on, I think like I said, I don't like the fact that it basically means that you can't make a mistake. And I'm not talking about Harvey Weinstein mistakes. I'm talking about
Yeah.
like recently, I think a year or two ago, it was like Camelia Cabello was like they found a tweet or yeah, a tweet that she made when she was 14 where she said the N-word. And
Oh my god. Yeah. Come
it's
on.
like
Leave this
I
fucking
get
girl
it, but
alone.
it's like what are we doing now, dude? Like you're
Yeah.
canceling kids and shit. Like
Yeah. She was
you
14.
can't make
Leave
a
her alone.
mistake. That's the problem. Like, and I disagree. I don't think that kids are the only ones who can make mistakes. Adults fuck up all the time. You're dealing with so
Yeah.
much shit. Like, you're gonna fuck up. Like, that's just reality.
Yeah,
And
but
it
bringing
just
back
sucks.
to what you said about the canceling, like if it's women or men, my bad. But I just
Yeah.
thought of one. Remember Doja Cat? She did all this
Oh
shit
yeah,
about
it was
saying
about the
N-word
black.
this and this real like me personally, yeah, I kind of took offense to like fuck this bitch. You know what I mean? Like that's how I was. I don't fuck with her now. You know what I mean? I never did before, but it's like, yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, but she also wasn't joking. Like that's the thing. Like
That's what I'm saying. She was doing it. Yeah, like there was not a joke. There was no comedic
I
platform. She
think
was caught and doing that shit. Nothing happened to her. This bitch has
context.
won awards. She's won. She's probably bigger than she's ever been. Like doing that. And
Yeah,
then
context matters. Yep, some things just don't.
there was this
I mean,
comedian, not comedian, but my bad. There was this because I really
yeah.
want to tell you. There's a
No, no,
fucking
no.
actor. I can't remember what show he was on. It was like ER or one of those hospital shows, like maybe
Uh huh.
early mid 2000s. He said the F word. We all know what it is.
Uh
He
huh.
said it on when they were accepting an award or like after the show. Like he said basically like, something something. Somebody said I was a F word. I'm not or whatever. Like I don't know if he was joking, whatever. But he said it in the camera. Haven't seen this dude in years. Like they just canceled him
Oh,
like completely
well,
just for
tell
that.
us
And I'm
about
like,
the Raiders coach.
oh yeah. This dude, see that thing that I didn't even know what he said. I kind of skimmed over what he said, but yeah, he resigned because yeah, that's not cool. You're in a league with there's what like I want to say 90% black people. I think
Yeah.
I think you might want to leave that realm, But also, it's a man. You said it's a man too, so he's not going to get any passes. If that's
Well,
how,
I
it's
know it
another
was
evidence of
homophobic
it.
and misogynistic tweets or comments.
Yeah, yeah. They said some racial slurs and just I don't know, some stuff like
He
that.
said the F
Typical stuff.
word. I mean, that's what I read.
Yeah, which like I said, yeah, it's wrong, but where's the line or who we drawing the line for or by? Because like I said, Doja Cat just completely out of line. You know what I mean? And also was the Raiders coach,
That wasn't even the first time
John
Doja Cat
Gruden.
was talking about like black girl hair and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. But she's not canceled at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so is this a woman? They can. I don't know.
But that's
I
the
don't
thing. They
understand. Like,
tried.
we're just
I think
fucking men.
they
Nah, they
tried, but I think she.
fuck
I
no.
think she. I no, they did because there was outrage. But I think it's the way people deal with that shit. It's like the long ago we talked about the whole thing where Cardi B came out saying that she would rob dudes, she
Yeah,
would
yeah,
drug them and rob dudes.
yeah.
The reason people like that aren't canceled because they own it. They're like, yeah, what the fuck? Like, yeah,
Nah,
that was
man,
my life.
I'm gonna start
Man, there's
something a little
no
different.
way.
I'm gonna
There's
start
no
something
way.
a little different right now. I think honestly, I think the people who are the most exposed to cancel culture and the people who can defy it the most, the people who get it the most is men. People who can defy it the most is women. I feel like it's much harder to cancel a woman than it is to cancel a man. Now, if we look at all the celebrity things, like we have these small
Hey,
things, right?
Young
Like
got
like the
canceled.
thing is like Chris D'Elia, like he wasn't exactly like on mainstream media, he's not exactly someone that everyone knows. He's not a comedian that everyone knows.
Yeah,
Yet when this whole scandal that happened that we were talking about earlier about what the women were saying about him, a lot of people found out about it. But then we have Cardi B, who's openly saying, she drugged some guys and fucking robbed them, and nobody gave her shit about it. No, not true, but nobody like
Double, no, yeah,
it didn't
double
go
standards.
crazy. It didn't go crazy. And I just feel like women can escape that shit much easier than a man can.
Yeah, but
F,
that's.
F.
I feel like look at the here's where I'm trying. I'm like my point that I'm making. The people that got canceled are the people whose fucking advice from their legal team was, oh, just like go dark and ignore it. The people who weren't, Doja Cat, right? Who's this fucking flamboyant, outgoing person who's loud and shit. Cardi B, same way. She's loud, she's entertaining, videos and shit. Dave Chappelle, like you're supposed to own it. You're supposed to like if you honestly feel like nothing's wrong with what I did, because that was what Cardi B was like. Well, that was the fucking. I was trying to get money, even though the money she was trying to get was for studio time. It wasn't like to survive. It was
Look,
fucking studio
look.
time.
It's that's that. I mean, I agree with you to a certain extent, but if me personally, was come out and said, and it was found it true to that I used to drug and rob women, my fucking wife probably would leave me. Like I can't own it. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I used to fucking beat bitches' asses and rob them and fuck them. What the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no owning that. That's just a double standard, which they are,
No,
both
of
men and
course,
women. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
but
Like that's
also
just what
like
it is. So Yeah, she can get away with that because she's a woman. There's no man on this earth who can fucking come out. Everybody likes The Rock. Let that motherfucker say he used to drug and rape women. It is, or not rape them, just drug. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's rape. Yeah, drug, raping. Yeah, take their money in college because I needed the money because I was hungry. What the fuck, Rock? Get out of here, bro. Done. Everybody likes The Rock. They don't give a fuck. There's no way. It's a man and a woman. It's, like
Maybe.
you said, there's double standards with everything. No, there's no maybe. The Rock is gone. There's nobody who could fucking get away with that. Nobody. Openly admit, yeah, I used to do that. The same shit that Cardi B used to do to men. A male celebrity do that to women. That's it.
West comes out. I killed a bitch.
Yeah. No, that's fine. As long as you still talk about trans people.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, obviously double standards, but J.K. Rowling was canceled for saying that gender is a fact and shit, and like, so I mean,
Was she
you know,
lying?
but she was canceled for it.
That's what I mean. Like, what you cancel people for facts? It's like, come on. Was there any hate speech behind? Because I never really looked into her. I just heard that same thing you just said. But was there like any like
I heard it
malicious?
from the Dave Chappelle shit.
Yeah,
That's what I heard it as well from. That's Dave Chappelle was
yeah.
talking about how she
I heard,
got.
yeah. Yeah, she got
Ah,
canceled for that. Like I was saying, like, are we canceling people for stating facts? Like, I don't like the truth. Like, you know. And so you
well,
can get canceled. Let's say hey, there's some black people with some dark skin. Whoa, bro, you're out of here. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's
nah.
a fucking fact. You know what I mean? Like, look, I don't know. It's crazy.
Well,
It's ridiculous.
speaking of dark, and not in a racial way, but we're heading into it's middle of spooky season, dudes, and we gotta start talking
Mm.
about some October Halloween shit because, dude, that's my favorite fucking holiday, Halloween, man.
Really?
I Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I hate every other shit.
Thanksgiving.
What the fuck? What's Thanksgiving, dude?
I love the food, man. I love
Yeah,
to eat.
dude, but I love candy, so to me, Thanksgiving is
Nah.
Halloween. Free can? What do you mean free can?
I
Come
no,
on,
I
dude.
just can't. I just can't. It starts to hurt my teeth if I have too much sweet shit.
Yeah, and you just started working out, so it's like you can't. Yeah.
Better watch your family.
So it's so I was gonna ask, the thing that you want to talk about there was favorite. I mean, worst and best Halloween costumes from our past. Um, I'll go first. I don't remember that many, to be honest. I know one year in London I went as Harry Potter, and my sister went as Hermione, which is fucking weird, but it is what it is. Um, I went one time as Darth Vader. I think
Nice.
that's one of the worst ones because the mask was like one of those flat masks, you
Oh,
know what I mean?
It wasn't even really.
It was like a
Oh man.
bootleg Darth Vader.
Uh,
Um, Another time I went as Jeff Hardy, which was my favorite one because it was just easy. You just paint my
that's
face
sick.
and like
Yeah,
I had
that's
the
sick.
armbands. I went as Sting one time. Uh, that's because I tried to do Jeff Hardy and I fucked up and I was like, okay, I'm
It's a
Sting.
fucking.
One time me and Vlad went. Well, I was Joker. Uh, Maybe that's one. I mean, that was like the one that I like went out all out for because I had like the little green jacket and colored my hair and shit. But yeah. So probably my best one would be the Joker, and the worst one would probably be the fucking Darth Vader one, just because I felt like a bootleg Darth Vader. What about you, Vlad?
my favorite, my favorite costumes I've done?
Yeah. What costumes have you even had over the years? Because I don't even remember many.
Me neither. Me neither.
Damn.
Man, I don't know,
I
man.
thought you said me, like you're the
You said
costume.
me. I
Me,
was
yeah,
me right
yeah.
here. What the fuck?
I just remember that like I used to not really dress up too much. Or, what the hell did I do? I really don't remember that far back behind, man. I smoked too much pot.
Weed fried your brain that much?
Oh,
Is
there
that
Yeah,
what
was
you
one
man.
said?
time where Vlad went as like an undead. What's it called?
I was just thinking about that shit. Yeah, I was
Hiker.
just thinking
Remember
about that
that?
shit. Yeah. That's the one. That's the one I was just thinking about. But I wasn't crazy about it. See, because I don't remember that shit. Fuck that. I don't know, man. My dream always has been to be one of those guys though, like later on to celebrate Halloween, even though I still don't celebrate it. But one time I'll celebrate it, and I'll spend like $800 on a nice Master Chief costume.
Damn. So okay,
I
since you don't remember too many, which one did you? What would be your like dream Halloween costume?
I just
Like what
told
would
you.
you be
I
for?
just told you the Master.
You said,
Like I
just a
like.
mask?
dude,
No, like
whole
whole
outfit.
fucking Spartan armor, man. If I can
Oh,
get
Spartan.
if I can
Oh,
get my hands on the whole Spartan armor, it could be Noble 6 too. I don't care. It could be
oh, you a
it could
Halo fucking.
Yeah, it could
You
be
all
it
right?
could be a whole Master
Nobody's
Chief
friend.
fucking thing. It could be a whole,
Oh,
that's something I'll use
yeah.
my fucking height for. There you go.
Okay, that'd be pretty sick. Let's
Yeah,
see what
well,
was mine. I got
yeah, you had a
a
lot.
Halloween regret I will never forget. I probably was like 6 or 7.
You remember that? The
Yeah, because
fuck?
it sticks with me so much, man. It's Halloween, big party. My aunt used to work at this hotel in downtown, so it's like a big Halloween party, big cool shit. And that last day, my mom went to go get a costume. I wanted to be a Ninja Turtle so bad, so fucking bad. And I don't know if they didn't have it or whatever. I don't really remember. But she came back, and I was the Tasmanian Devil. But it was the worst. It was like a fucking
What the
burlap.
fuck?
It was like a pillowcase. I'm like, what is this? I would have been a regular ninja. She brought me a fucking. It was a Tasmanian Devil. Like it looked like a bag and just eyes and this Tasmanian Devil pointing.
Wait,
That's
like
what
the
I was.
cartoon guy?
Yeah. The little spinning, blah, 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 that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
And the worst part about it was, I got to the party. My fucking favorite cousin. This nigga's a Ninja Turtle. We could have been Ninja Turtles together. I was like, oh my god, and I'm in this bullshit. I was like 6 or 7. I'll never forget that. It just hurts me to this day. Like, man, that would have been so cool. We all showed up with Ninja Turtles,
You
but
speak to
yeah,
your mom, you're like, yeah, mom,
yeah.
fuck you still for that shit.
It's just the trauma. Like, why did you pick Tasmanian Devil? Like, what? And it was the worst. Like, and it wasn't even a mask. It was a whole like cover over me, just covered, and my arm stuck out.
You should
Like,
have
I
been
just, it's not. Yeah,
Sylvester.
I don't want to be in this shit. I want to like. It was terrible. But hey,
Is he a
that was.
dog? Like, what is he?
He's a Tasmanian Devil.
Wait, that's a real animal?
Yeah.
Oh, the
From
fuck?
fucking
Okay,
Tasmania, I guess. I don't. Shit.
okay. So what was
But
your
yeah,
best outfit?
my best one was I have a few. I went. It was I mean, honestly when I was a little older, like my early 20s, maybe late teens. I was dressed up as a nerd. It was cool. I always
Oh,
get a
that's
lot
the
of
one
love
you
for
sent
that.
us?
Yeah, that one was always cool. I want to remember that good times in that one. But my favorite one, me and my friends, like 4 or 5 of us, we went dressed as Ghostbusters and went to this club. Had a great fucking time. It was fun, good shit. And
I
everybody,
just remembered. Yeah, yeah, good.
what? I said you walk in there like 5 deep, dressed like a Ghostbusters.
That's awesome. Yeah,
People gonna
I
know
gotta
shit.
see.
It was just sick. Yeah, we had the jumpsuits, the proton packs. It was sick.
I just
Uh,
remembered the worst outfit me and Vlad probably had for Halloween. It was the laziest Halloween ever, and there was 4 of us, and we all went as the fucking anonymous guy, the Guy Fawkes fucking
oh yeah,
no, yeah, Guy Fawkes. No, Fier. Oh my god, am I confusing him? Whatever that mask, you know.
yeah. Like, I
That's
thought you were
we just
edgy
had.
or what?
Yeah,
Damn, edgy 11-year-olds, huh?
yeah, Guy Fawkes. Yeah, yeah. Well, we were
Like
like 14. We were on
the
BMX bikes and shit.
the government screwing us.
Anonymous. And I think at the time we didn't even know that it was a Guy Fawkes mask. To us, it was the anonymous mask. So
Yeah, I mean that's what most people kind
Yeah,
of identify as
that's what it
now. You
was
know?
though, man. Yeah, that's what it was
Yeah.
though.
okay. Well, yeah, I love October. I love seeing trees get yellow and tree and like fallen leaves and shit. I love that shit. What my dream though, a couple years back, I don't know if you were with me, Vlad, but so there I was
What do you mean, like
outside.
when we were together?
Uh
Whoa.
yeah, it was like before the breakup. I was walking outside and there was a dude dressed as Michael Myers. You remember this, Vlad? So
Perhaps.
it was a tall dude dressed as Michael Myers, and this was probably the best Michael Myers outfit I've ever seen. You know, the jumpsuit and the
Yeah.
mask and the knife, and all this dude was doing, it was walking around on the street and giving kids candy, and I was like, I want to do that, and it would be really fucked up if he turned out
You're
to
not
be a
tall
Michael
enough.
Myers. I know, dude, but
Damn.
I'll wear like fucking. I'll have you on my back or some shit. You know what I mean? We'll
That'll
go
be even better. That'll be even
like.
better.
You remember that it was a Halloween thing, but remember when we went to
That's even worse.
California and there was that Darth Vader with that like 6-inch heel?
Yeah,
Hey,
California,
trying
man.
to make it so tall. My dream
So
one would be if I could get it in there real quick. Is
yeah,
I want me and my wife talked about it. We want to go as Triple H and Stephanie back in the Attitude Era days.
that's
that that'd be
crazy.
my dream one with the Triple H with the little back.
Just don't put chalk all over your
Don't put
face.
don't do a white face. Gotta add an extra, gotta add an extra piece to my nose or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
that'd
and
be
your kids
when I
are
get
gonna be
canceled for that. Uh,
Road Warriors. No, not
Road
Road
Dog
Warriors.
and yeah,
Road
Mr.
Warriors.
Ass. Yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be the sickest shit ever. Yeah, that's my My dream was old
Generation
school,
X. And I mean,
Triple H
Vlad will
with
go
a
and Vlad
hidden
will be in
vest.
China, and I'll be in China.
It'd be great. I don't know
Vlad
where
will
we
be in
go,
China.
but
Just a
I don't
big
know.
buff woman.
We're just standing around in the streets, can't go anywhere. Everybody's not vaccinated, so
Ooh.
Hey,
So I also want to talk about scary movies. So I recently got really into fucking like old school retro movies, like 70s. I rewatched the Halloween stuff, Hellraiser, which were all horrible movies, except for the first one. And I wanted to know if there was a movie in your guys' childhood or recently you saw scary that fucked you up. Mine, I mean, Vlad knows this. I don't know if you've ever seen John Carpenter's Ghost of Mars, Ice Cube's in it.
yeah.
That
I've
movie,
seen
when I was a kid, when I first got here, I was about 7. I turned it on, and that shit fucked me up, dude. I couldn't be alone in the house. And it's not even that scary, you know what I mean? It's just dudes
Yeah,
like, but the whole idea of like ripping off a person's face and wearing them as a mask and that
yeah.
shit
It just was.
fucked me up.
It wasn't for a little 7-year-old to be seen.
Yeah, which is weird because I've seen horror movies before, but for some reason that one got me.
It stuck
Even
to you.
though, yeah. What about Vlad? What about you? Because man, your fucking dad would always watch scary movies, and we watch scary movies all the time.
Final
Is there anything?
Destination, man, that fucking scarred me for a long time, dude. I
Oh, yeah.
fucking I'm telling you, he used to rewatch 1 and 3 for some reason. He had a
That's
fucking like,
the one is
he
the
had some
plane
kind
and
of
the 3 is the
yeah,
roller.
yeah. One is the plane and 3 is the roller coaster, and he kept fucking watching them over and over again. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What
Vlad
I
was.
was
movie you talking about? I didn't hear you. Kind of broke up a little bit. You said what
He
movie?
said,
uh,
"You ever seen Final Destination?"
Oh yeah.
He was watching the first one and the third one. First one's the
well,
plane
my
ride.
father, he kept watching
Father,
that shit when I was a kid. Like when I was a kid, he kept watching them over and over again. Not once, not twice, not thrice. Like he kept
That's his
fucking
thing,
doing
huh?
it. I didn't fucking get it. I didn't fucking get it. So, that
yeah.
shit fucking
Planning to kill
traumatized the
someone.
shit out of me. Yeah, that shit fucking traumatized the shit out of me. Every time I saw that fucking plane blow up, so I was like fucking terrified of planes. And for the longest time, I've always been scared of planes uh, up until I think 2019. That was a fucking.
Uh,
It was so funny how I got over the fear of planes, man. I like, man, I have this friend dating my sister, and basically when we were going to Costa Rica, I found out that he's horrified of planes, and this kid fucking decided to tattoo a plane on his fucking arm.
Horrible
Anyways,
tattoo.
yeah.
conquer his
Um,
fear like that.
I doubt it. No, he didn't. But it's just so funny because I found out that he was so fucking scared. So I'm sitting there, and we're all in the same row. We're all like, there's the three on the left side, three on the right side. We're all in the same row. I'm on the left side, and he's on the right side. And I'm sitting, and this hard bump hits the plane. Hard fucking bump.
It's over.
And I kinda got scared, to be honest, but then when I looked over, like, with the corner of my eye, I saw him just grab the arms of the chairs with all the might God gave him, and he held on. You could see his Adam apple came out an extra 2 inches. He fucking
It
flexed.
grew an extra inch.
Yeah, he just fucking flexed. He fucking grabbed onto the whole thing, and he got still. He almost turned, like, even whiter than he is. Like, he has really white skin, but, like, dude, I'm telling you, it turned almost even
Whoa.
whiter.
White face?
Yo,
So
cancel,
when I
cancel.
so when I looked over at him, I started laughing hysterically on the plane, so fucking loud. I just started laughing, and that's how I got over my fear of planes. I'm
Hey,
not scared of fucking planes anymore. It's insane. Just because I saw how fucking terrified he was, I was like,
yeah,
"Is that what
you,
I
you,
fucking look like?" Like, and I just started fucking laughing so hard, and ever
yeah,
since, I've not been fucking scared of planes. It's crazy.
And
yeah.
you you don't like scary movies, do you?
I'm not a big fan of 'em.
Any
I don't
you ever
like I don't
seen
like
any?
the anticipation. Like, oh, here's the music. Here's the music. Scary part coming. It's gonna pop out. It's like that. Like, I don't know. It just I don't like feeling like that. Maybe I have a little dealing with
Did you have a
anxiety or
movie? Did
something. But
you have a movie where
back in the day, man, there was one movie I think it was called Fire in the Sky or something. It was an alien movie. Like about this dude getting abducted, and it just freaked me out. It wasn't even. It's not necessarily that scary, but like they capture him and they take him on the ship and kind of probe him. They put this like needle in his eye, and that shit always just fuck with me. I don't know. It's like a lot of
yeah.
it's weird shit, but it's not even a scary movie. That one just haunted my fucking brains. Like, but I wasn't really scared of shit like that. Like Freddy Krueger, he was. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't that bad, but it was.
You
More of
got. I'm
a
scared of people fucking like dudes that cut people's faces.
I don't
Vlad's scared of fucking playing. Be more fucking different with
the
this
fucking
shit.
alien. I don't
Like,
know that movie. Just
like somebody could come out and say Gremlins or some shit.
nah,
That'll be like the
Gremlins
last
is come
thing.
on, awesome.
Yeah, but
Nah,
like you, I'd fuck them up.
yeah, nah, them shits are
I would
strong.
fuck up a
You
gremlin.
talking
Fuck up when they get crazy.
Nah,
One of
them other ones are
you, a fucking gremlin. Vlad, if you don't know what it is, Google real quick. A
talking about
gremlin.
the
I
ugly
know what a
If
ones.
he's
gremlin
coming
is.
at you, yeah, ugly gremlin.
Successful.
If he's
What?
coming at
Telling
you,
me
dude,
he's about what the size of
I'm
a
not
raccoon.
confident
If
in
a fucking
myself.
raccoon comes at you, you're getting fucked up.
What?
No, man. What are you talking
It won't
about?
fuck you up.
Have you not seen the videos of what people do to raccoons sometimes? It's fucking
Nah.
hilarious.
Maybe I'm
Vlad,
just
you
black
don't
and
watch that kind of
scared
porn.
of wilderness and shit.
I think
But
you are, man. I fucking witnessed a video of a
Vlad's into
raccoon
weird porn, dude.
getting fucking banished into the shadow realm, dude. It was fucking hilarious. What the fuck is this in my house? There's some fucking big ass bug.
probably a raccoon. Like he's scared of
No.
little
I
bugs.
would
And he's gonna
fuck.
fight
Listen,
gremlins.
I'm not a confident person, but I would fuck up a gremlin.
I think so.
I what do you?
You see
Ugh,
those
come on.
teeth? You wouldn't come out that fight unscathed. I'd say that.
No, maybe not, but dude, I feel like I would cunt punt him, stomp his ass out.
You guys are about to hear me stomp some fucking bug out right now.
Yeah,
Dude, I feel like I'll get a
cancel
frying
the
pan. It's
bug.
over, dude. Give me a weapon. It's over for that gremlin, dude. I'll make a scarf out of him.
One on one with a gremlin, you got it.
I
think
think
it'd just be too
so.
fast.
They're like an inch tall or some shit. Like how tall are they?
I don't know, but let me see. I'll Google how tall.
Is a
are
gremlin. I would listen. All I'm saying is I would fuck him up because I'm not saying that it's gonna be easy.
24 inches.
Yeah, come on, dude. Come on, dude. That's a
Almost 2
cat
feet.
coming
It's
at
2
you.
feet. Yeah, your cat will fuck you up if your cat really
What
wants
was-
to.
Well, okay, listen. A cat's a different fucking story.
Yeah, I'm sure Gremlin has some similar agility to a cat. If that shit comes
Wouldn't
at you,
fuck up a
fucking,
cat?
you be fucked up. If your cat came,
No, I would not. What are you talking about?
You be fucked up. I mean, your cat. You probably have to kill the cat.
I don't know, man.
But
Cats are a little fucking harder to fight. Not gonna lie.
They're hard to fight, but you'd fuck. Listen, dude. If a cat's Vlad 1-on-1, you and a cat in a cage, whatever happens, you're fucking winning. There's no way.
Yeah.
No way this fucker survived, bro. This fucker that I hit survived.
Anyway, I would beat a gremlin. That's just my opinion.
I mean, I think cunt punt that bitch. You're good.
That's what I'm saying. I'd fucking slap, dude.
Like same thing with a raccoon. Like if a raccoon's charging you, man, I've seen this fucking videos. Hilarious.
Like a great YouTube video. I'm gonna buy a raccoon. And I'm gonna feed it some steroids. We have a serious training regimen. And we'll
your
set this
son's gonna
pay-per-view up.
your son's gonna record him taking a shit and put it up on it.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm glad that we got out of that because I would win. And the last thing I want to talk about was so you're gonna go see Conway the Machine, which is why the fuck you've met this guy. Stop it.
We're kind of homies.
Tell him to listen to the podcast.
Yeah, I'm telling. Hey, man, check our shit out, bro.
Well,
so just a fan of his music, man. It's cool, ignorant gangster shit that I like to listen to.
I listened to some Conway stuff. I think I listened to his freestyle, dude.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Yeah, he's good, man. He's good. Yeah, I'm hyped.
Sorry if you guys heard me beating something in the background.
Hey, yo.
Dick. No.
Yeah, he's cool.
You excited? You did your COVID test?
Yeah, I got it already this morning.
You got COVID?
Nah,
I got it already this morning.
Nah, it says I'm negative, so I'm good. All clear to go to the show and catch COVID there.
Hey. Okay, so next week you're gonna tell us about that show and you're gonna
Yeah. Hopefully it's good. I'm not looking forward to standing up for like 3-4 hours. I'm old now.
It's alright, man. I used to do that shit for work all the time. It's fucking
Yeah,
terrible.
you're like 12, nigga.
12 and a half.
Oh my god.
I'm 36. I mean, I ain't old, but I'm not in the mood to be standing up for
Yeah,
4 5
bring a
hours
foldable
straight.
chair, like a wrestling chair.
That's
I'm gonna
crazy
be
that
that
you're
dude in the middle of
not
the
even
crowd
old enough
sitting
to be
down.
my dad.
Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah,
I could have been. I could have been.
No, no,
I could have
not
been.
old enough.
I could have been.
You
Why
don't
not?
know.
Why not? I had sperms at 11. Oh no,
Uh-oh. Okay, well,
cancel.
we're gonna close this one out the same way last time. We're gonna each say one good thing about each other.
Oh my god.
Who wants to go? What do you?
Guys, I
What's the
can't keep
enthusiasm?
fucking thinking of something.
What do you mean? Who wants to go first?
Just let me start. I'll get out the way.
Okay, go ahead.
Vlad, your hair looks luxurious on Instagram. You look like
It
a
looks even better in person.
beautiful white stallion.
Dude, he has that John Cena fucking bald spot. Oh,
It's all right.
I don't have
And
any bald spots. Ask Jeff.
Jeff
Jeff,
lies.
look. And you,
Uh-huh.
I'm glad you got a beard now, but it ain't really a beard. I'll let you know when you
Yeah.
get jumped into the game.
Hey, listen, I'm working on it.
Anyway, I'll let you know when you can join.
Okay. Well, I'll go now. Dirk, I think it's really cool that you're starting to be good at WWE 2K19 and you beat me one time. I think you're gonna get there at some point. Um,
The lag.
what?
I said it was lag, bro. Lag.
Nah, I wasn't, dude. You're just dying probably. And Vlad, uh, I you just keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yeah, you know what? I got something to say. Of course, I think it's really fucking impressive that you know how to run your fucking mouth for an hour straight. Dirt, I think you have much wisdom in things that don't matter. So.
Hey, you ain't the
What
first one to
the
tell me
fuck?
that. I know everything about everything that ain't important
For no reason.
for no fucking reason at all. Yeah.
And on that note, dude, thank you, Coco, for fucking making so much work on the podcast and thumbnails. You're welcome, guys. I knew you won't be shit without me. Fuck you guys. And we're gonna no, you don't. And yeah, so we're gonna catch y'all next time. And thank you for listening to the 52 people that listened last time. I'm pretty sure one of them was my mom, but who knows? And yeah, you guys got anything else to say on the way out?
Hey, check me out
52.
on all social media.
Wait,
Air Dirt. If you want to get beat up in
wait,
Street Fighter, Air Dirt. Suck my PP.
wait, we're making this public?
Yeah, dude, you're gonna get. I'm trying to get you canceled in a couple years.